Hello, Karen Bonifilio, Outer Realms, Inner Journeys. We have a special guest today, and this guest is going to talk about something I do not know about. And so I'm going to get educated at the same time you are. And then this is Miguel. Would you like to say hello, Miguel?
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us.
Uh, anyway, he's located just a few towns away from me. So let me tell you a little bit about Miguel and what he's going to talk about today. So Miguel Gonzalez became aware of spirit communication after a visitation of the Lady of Guadalupe. Since then, he has dedicated his time to spirit and development of trance and healing. Braveheart, and we're going to find out who that is, made his appearance known to Miguel a few years ago, and together they continue to expand their bond while offering guidance, healing, and connections to the loved one in spirit. So, does that kind of make you, Miguel, also a psychic medium?
Yes, that is true.
Ah,
Mhm. Yeah,
okay. So, but you have a little different modality with it.
yes.
Oh, this is going to be interesting.
So in the
With the help of his guide, Miguel hopes to share a sacred space with others who are opening to listening to the word of spirit, to be reminded that they do not journey alone, that our dear friends are always nearby and ready and willing to share their love. Okay, I think I am going to read this what you sent to me. Trance healing is a healing modality in which the spirit guide of the medium, which is him, takes control of them. That's called a trance. During that time, the guide will direct the healing energies to where they're needed. I have so many friends that are going to need your service. Trance healing works on all levels: mind, body, spirit. When a healing is taking place, a spirit guide will lift the spirit body of the person a few inches above the physical body. Miguel, this is so cool. The healing is done. The healing done on the spirit body then reflects on the physical body. The healing can help with the emotional, physical pain. There's no guarantee, but we will do our best to help. That is just so cool. So, I'm just going to have you talk a little bit about trance healing, and then I'll ask you some questions as we go along.
Yeah, that sounds great. Thank you so much for having me, Karen. I appreciate it. You touched upon psychic and medium, and so I'll start with that. So being a psychic is connecting with energy, and a psychic is usually referred to someone that connects to another spirit here on Earth. So connecting to energy, spirit to spirit on the physical realm. When we talk about mediumship, we are
Mm-hmm.
still connecting to spirit, but it is now with somebody who is on the other side of life that is connecting.
Yes.
Now, within mediumship, mental mediumship, which is the connection of mind to mind with spirit, blending and connecting, within that umbrella, we can then connect trance healing into it. That there is still that spirit connection, but we are moving into an altered state, which is trance, which is allowing the spirit guide to come forward and entrance the medium so that they can overlap and overlay their own energy and build it to a point where it is um, stronger than that of the medium so that they can come through. They can communicate, speak directly, and also share the healing energies with that person that needs it.
And that part of the person is lifted up above the body.
So when it comes to just communication from the spirit guide, that isn't necessary. If
Oh,
we're moving into the healing aspect, and let's say you come to me for a healing to connect with my guide, then you will start to experience a sense of feeling like you're floating, relaxed, and it's like the space and time is not present. And that's what I've noticed can be the feeling of that sense of the spirit body that's lifted above the physical body. And I've had people share with me that they could feel themselves returning back to their body at the end of a session. And so spirit is able to work into the spirit body to send the healing energies, which then reflect on the physical body if needed.
This is really fascinating. I will tell you, it's very fascinating. Is the trance kind of like, um, I'm not like hypnosis kind of puts you in that kind of vibe?
Yes, it's similar to that. Yes. Hmm.
Okay, great. Okay, so my first question, tell me what someone can expect when they come to see you, or if they do, can they do this remotely with you also?
Yes, they're more than welcome to connect with us remotely through Zoom or in person, whichever works best. The
Mm-hmm.
energy is still able to work with both of us. So distance makes no difference. And that is what Spirit shares with us, as there is no difference whether they are physically here or far away. They're still
Okay.
able to work in this manner. And if somebody comes to me, I can either, you know, work with you on connecting to your loved one. So I can, just set the intention, invite who comes in, and we'll connect with you. If it's for the healing of the trance healing, then I will just allow my spirit guide to step in and he will take the lead as to what will take place.
Okay. So let's say they just come in for trance healing. Can you walk us through the process of that?
Absolutely. Yes. So if we are meeting with the soul for trance healing, I will go over a couple things. And that being that my spirit guide, Braveheart, will be the one talking and communicating with them. Now, this may be a bit different for some people because my voice does change.
Oh, it
My
does.
voice becomes his voice, the voice that he had when he was here on earth. And so there is that change in the voice, the vocal, and as well as in the space will begin to feel different. And, you know, every healing is unique because everybody is going through their own
Hmm.
experience, own journey. But spirit is so intelligent and so loving that they are able to tap into the soul of that person and bring the healing where it's most needed, whether
Hmm.
it is offering guidance, support, love, or if there is pain, from an injury or an emotional, you know, area that's developed that now there is pain there, they'll be able to come in and help ease the pain if needed.
Wow, this can help on so many different levels.
Yes,
It
absolutely.
really can. It's really good. Um, how does trance healing differ from other forms of healing, like energy healing or spiritual healing?
Yes, the trance healing, the difference here is that the spirit guide or the spirit soul is taking control of the medium and passing through the healing energies and directing them themselves. Versus, let's say, if you were to work with another form of healing, the healing energy passes through that person and that person directs it. Now it's the trance, it's the spirit guide stepping in to direct the healing energy.
Did this just happen to you happenstance? All of a sudden you had this ability, or were you cultivating it and it just became stronger?
It just came about at a point in my life when I was going through a very difficult time, big changes, and I was also doing the internal work, the inner healing, and I could already feel within myself that there was this calling towards healing and healing energy, but I didn't quite understand what it would lead to. And
Mhm.
so I just followed it. I followed it, and through my own sitting with spirit, I take some time out of my day to just sit in the silence with them. I could
Oh,
start to
hmm.
feel that there was a difference in the way that the energy felt. I started to feel drowsy. I started to feel like this weighted blanket was falling over me, and those are usually signs of trance. And so I knew something was changing. And I then was able to connect with a beautiful medium in the UK, Elaine Thorpe, who also connects with her spirit guide, Jonathan, and I had a reading with them. And Jonathan came through, and that's where Jonathan shared with me about the trance healing. And so that was that spark of like, all right, this is meant to be part of my journey. I will dedicate and sit for this. And so it just all came together at that moment. And it's a journey, so there is always development. I continue to sit with
Mhm.
spirit, but we are growing, we are expanding, and we really just want to help people.
Say that last part again.
We want to help people. We
Oh,
want
that's
people to
yeah,
come.
helping and being a service. Very good.
Yes.
Very good. Wow. Um, so the person that is going to receive the trance healing, is there anything that they need to do to get ready for that?
Just have an open heart, open mind. That's what I share with everyone. Just have an open heart, open mind. It's a new experience for some people. Um, but there's nothing to fear with this. There's nothing to expect that's going to be bad or said that is bad.
Mhm.
Everything that happens in that sacred space is to help that person and to help them here on earth to continue their journey.
What I envision is just a very loving state
Yes,
that that person's going to be in and to receive all that they need to receive.
absolutely. Yes.
That's what it feels like to me. Well, do you think they'll experience any sensations during this time?
Yes.
And what might they be?
So it all depends on the healing that that person is experiencing. And it's a bit difficult for me to say specifically what that is because during that time, I'm staying out of the way so that my guide can come forward. So I only am aware of glimpses of that time that we're together because in that
Mm,
state of trance, my job as the medium is to let them work through me. And
yes.
so I am off to the side as they're working, but things that people experience with me, or excuse me, share with me, is that they will experience warmth, a warm energy, whether it gets really hot, if there's like pain in an area and they can feel that energy
Wow.
entering that space. Some people share that they feel waves of energy passing through them in their body. Some people just completely fall asleep because they're relaxed. They get relaxed into this beautiful place. So it's a little different for everyone in what they experience, but common things is that love, that warmth, that feeling of being held in this beautiful sacred space and a safe space of love.
So people like me that fall asleep, seriously, you can just start talking like with the hypnosis and I'm out. Um, do you record that so that person has that to look back on and listen to?
You know, if they wish to record the session, if we do that through Zoom, we can absolutely do that. If it's in person, I usually don't record it, but I'll share with you that whatever needs to be communicated and the spirit guide, Braveheart, needs a response from you will be done in the beginning. And then there will be that time where there will be silence and he will just send the healing energies so that it is
Okay.
received. So in that way of working, but I do get your question, that sense of remembering. I like to think that the soul will remember. I believe that the soul will remember, so whatever was said that was truly needed to be heard and felt will be remembered. If it didn't, it just needed to be acknowledged for that moment, for the healing that needed to happen, and then it can just be left there.
Okay. Okay. Very nice. Um, did you have to have any training for this or qualifications, or this is what it is?
You know,
Well,
so if people are interested in expanding this awareness and wishing to connect,
mhm.
mediumship is something that we can all do. It is simply learning how to connect with energy in the presence of a loved one. So we are spirit, they are spirit. It's learning
Mhm.
how to connect with that frequency. And there are classes that people can take to develop their mediumship, their psychic abilities. All of this is out there for people to go to. When it comes to
Right.
the trance healing, I'll be honest with you, I just allowed spirit to guide me, and I allowed them to just show me the path that we were meant to take and the direction. And that was simply me sitting and allowing them to come into the space and to blend with me and to work through me. And so over time, that energy builds, that trust builds. And that's been my journey. It's just allowing them to guide
But that's really cool because when you allowed spirit to take over like that, you allowed this is your purpose. This is what you're supposed to be doing.
Yes, yes, I believe that. Yes,
Yeah. Some people search all their lives, what's my purpose, which can change too.
absolutely. Yes.
Oh, Miguel, that is really, really cool. Do you use trance healing with any other forms of therapy or modalities?
I only work with the trance healing in that form for those that wish to receive it. Healing can occur absolutely, even just through communication, like mediumship, connecting to a loved one. That is healing in itself as well. So there's always a
It's
component of
true.
healing. Always, always. Whenever you're
True.
connecting to spirit, there
Hmm.
will always be healing that occurs. It's just that with the trance healing, we truly are just narrowing it down to the energy of healing to be the intention to come forward.
Okay. And normally, how long do the sessions last?
Sessions can last anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour,
Okay.
depending on that person and what they need.
Are you drained after the sessions?
I don't feel that I am drained. Just as anybody that goes out to work, at the end of the day, you just get tired from,
Yeah.
doing what you're doing. So that part is still there, but oftentimes I can actually feel really energized after sharing healing. And the
Oh.
reason is because the energy doesn't come from me, nor is energy taken from me to
Hmm.
be shared for that person. I am just the vessel for which that energy passes through so that spirit can share that loving healing. So it doesn't affect me in the sense that it drains me, but it actually does uplift me and it helps me as well because I also need
Yes.
healing in that moment.
I would think that you would be
Yes.
because you're experiencing what is happening to that person also. So, God, that's a nice little benefit. Now, I find your energy very calm, very accepting, very loving. So when Braveheart reaches through, is his demeanor a little different?
It is, yeah. He has a different demeanor. His personality is a little bit more different. Um, you know, as you hear my voice, this is what I sound like, and you will
Mhm.
hear a difference in his, which sounds like an older gentleman. Much older than myself.
Better than a woman.
you
Maybe not.
And to be honest, when it comes to this work, male or female, whomever wants to come forward, all is embraced because it comes forward with love, with
Yes.
love. And
Hmm.
if there is a woman, there are women that work with me for
Oh,
the.
there are.
Yes, there is a nurse that works with me. Her name is Nurse Maria. She doesn't speak
Yeah.
through me, but she is present in the room if it's needed to help that person. So there are many many souls that can be with us.
You have a team.
Yes, absolutely.
You have a team. That's really cool. Um, do you can trance healing help release negative patterns and negative belief systems?
I believe it's possible. And what I've experienced when it comes to this is that the energy will come forward and support you during that time. It will support you. So there will be this support that's within your space, how you feel. But ultimately, it is, of course, up to that person and if they're ready and willing to let that go. But through the energy,
Hmm.
that shift will be felt. That shift will be felt. But at the end of the day, it's really up to the person.
You know, I've done hypnotherapy and such, and I know how I feel afterwards. And I think it's going to be the same with your trance healing, that you're going to be uplifted, you're going to be refreshed, you're going to be feeling better.
Yes, I imagine so. From what you're expressing, it sounds very similar. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay, that's a nice benefit. Um, do they need more? How many sessions are typically needed for someone to experience the benefits of trance healing?
Oftentimes people will experience benefits from the first session right away. Now, if that person wishes to come back because they need that support from spirit to continue that healing, then they are welcome to come back. it's one of those things. It's a little bit difficult to say this many sessions because everybody's unique.
Different.
Everybody's so different.
Hmm.
There are, like if somebody has an injury, uh, that might take a couple or a few sessions because the healing needs to integrate to that person, to that body. And so it may take a few times depending on the length of that
Okay.
injury. And is it emotional? Is it physical? So there are many components to it that spirit has to look into to provide the appropriate healing.
Wow. So if someone has like cancer or some, a disease, this would be extremely beneficial, I would think.
I believe that yes, it would be beneficial. I cannot
Hmm.
claim to say that cancer is going to be cured because that's not up
Right.
to me. It is up to God and also the soul of that person experiencing it. Everybody here on earth experiences what their soul needs to experience for their
Right.
soul growth. And if that person needs to experience that for whatever reason, there is love supporting them through that journey. What the healing can do is to remind them that they are not alone, to feel the love of God, and
Hmm.
to receive perhaps some relief from the pain or mental exhaustion that they're experiencing.
Okay. And I know that having disease, that is part of the lesson that that person's supposed to experience too.
Yes, that's what Spirit shares with us. Yes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Um, have I left out anything that needs to be mentioned?
Let me see. I don't think. I think you asked some wonderful questions, but if I may, I just want to remind people that, God is with them. God is a part of their life, a part of their journey. They also have spirit guides. Everybody here has a spirit guide that is on the earthly life and experience. Before we came to earth, there was a soul that was going to accompany us. And that to me just shows us how much God loves us. That He's like, I will not send you on this journey alone. I will send somebody to be
Right.
with you.
Right. Hmm.
And that is just beautiful. And the more that we open our heart to God, Creator, the more that you get to feel that love, that peace within your own self. Life is going to be life. There are going to be ups and downs.
Yep.
But if we have our faith with God, whomever it is that you believe in,
Hmm.
you will have that support. You will have that balance. Because God is everywhere. God is in the leaves. God is in the air. God is in the light. Everything. Your loved ones, your child, your friend. God is in everything. And if we start to see it as so, we are reminded each and every day that God exists and is there, present at every moment of our lives.
Hmm. I had an aha moment a year or two ago, and that God is in your DNA.
Mm.
And I thought, oh, that's so cool. Because, raised in the church, he's up there on a throne making, judgments or whatever. And when I go out and I talk to my heavenly team every morning, and I start talking to God first, and I go, well, you already know what I'm going to say, and you already know how I feel because he's a part of me. He's
Yeah.
a part of me and experiencing me through me also. Yeah. And I think I'm so glad you mentioned spirit guides because we are not here alone. We are with a team that helps us out and can keep us safe or on our journey also. So I'm really glad you mentioned that. Now, is Braveheart a different entity than your spirit guide?
So Braveheart is my spirit guide.
He is your spirit
He is
guide.
my spirit guide, and he helps me through this journey as
Mm-hmm.
I am experiencing it, and also helps with the healing as well. And he's the one that comes through to talk to people and communicate. So
Mm-hmm.
he's been a true gift in my life since I became aware of him.
And
Really,
how old were you when you became aware of that?
that was just, I think, 2.5 years, 3 years almost that I became aware of him. And
Mm-hmm.
since then, I can only share that our bond has grown stronger. And, what's really beautiful is that He's truly a friend, and he is there when I need him the most. He is there
Yes.
for the happy times, he is there for the sad times. But I love that he will come to be not only with me, but with my family and my friends and whomever calls upon him. He is there. He is there to help. He doesn't belong to me. He is just here to help me.
Mm-hmm.
He goes wherever he is called, and I admire that of him. I admire his love and his compassion for wanting to help people.
And then he could connect with your friends and families guides too, so they can be aware of that they have a team also there.
Yes, if that is needed, and if that's what that soul is meant to experience as part of their journey,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely happen. I've had moments where I get messages from Facebook friends. Oh, Braveheart came in and he said this and this,
Mm-hmm.
and that warms my heart up. Because this is an experience of where we learn to accept and to experience the reality of the spirit world and the reality of our dear friends and loved ones.
Mm-hmm.
When I hear about him, it makes him more tangible and more real. That this is real. This is what's happening, and
Mm-hmm.
that is really beautiful to experience.
Oh, that you were lovely. Just know that you are. So, how do you think you can be of service for spirit and help your client the best way you can?
The best way that I can is to simply let go and surrender and trust that God has that plan and that design for what that person is meant to experience.
Okay.
And this is what this journey teaches us when it comes to connecting with spirit, is to surrender and to trust. And when that happens, magic is what blossoms. It's that magic and that love that comes forward. And that's what takes time for a medium, is to trust and surrender. Because our human minds want to control, want to
Yes.
know. We're
Mm-hmm.
so inquisitive. And it's part of the journey. But when we surrender, let God, we are good.
So, when you let go 2.5 years ago, did that change you as a person?
It absolutely did. I
Mm-hmm.
feel that I live life in a different way. Of course, there are still moments where I still experience anxiety, anger, fear, and all those things, but it's not to the degree that it used to be, because I'm reminded God is with me. God's going to take care of me. I'm breathing, I'm standing, I have good health. So I'm good, I'm great. Whatever's happening in this moment will also
Mm-hmm.
pass. It's just a matter of time, but I have the support I need, and I just need to be patient.
Can you do trance healing on yourself, or does that just come natural for you?
So, when it comes to receiving healing for myself, what I do is just I invite them to come in. I call upon Braveheart to share healing with me, and I just lay down, and I can start to feel them working on me. I get really
Mm-hmm.
warm, and I start sweating, and I can feel the energy as it's passing through my body.
Oh, wonderful. Miguel, did I cover everything? I want to make sure everything's covered and right for you.
Yeah, you absolutely did, Karen. Thank you so much. And for whomever wishes to experience, connecting with spirit, receiving healing, please reach out. I cannot guarantee that there will be results, but I will absolutely open my heart, allow God to come in, and we will see what's possible for you.
Well, I'm going to list your links down below the video so people will be able to get a hold of you. And I want to thank you for coming on. Please, when I end this, don't leave because I still want to talk to you. But I thank you so much. You are fascinating. And I love your energy. It's just kind of nice. It's like a warm blanket. It's just very soft and kind.
Oh, thank you, Karen. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for inviting me to join you.
I'm so glad we connected. Thank you so much. And stop. There we go. Oh gosh, Miguel, you